What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today I want to talk about something very specific. Tidal Essence, Temporal Essence, and something you probably won't have access to honestly as a free-to-play player because there's very few ways to get them. One of them is going way high up in the rankings here, going up to champion and higher, and that is Twilight Essence. Now this is a great resource to get them through PvP, but as we all know, PvP is just heavily paid to win. There's no ifs, ands about it. Yes, their levels aren't as powerful. They only get like 10% of their additional levels as whales, but as free to play, these are going to be very important to make sure you use them on the right resources and right locations, because we're starting to feel this on our free to play account as well. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's talk about not misusing especially these Tidal Essence. So if you're like me on my free-to-play account, this resource comes very slowly. Like I showed you in the intro there, Arena is one place you can get them from. Another place is going to be Legend Trial. But again, Legend Trial is going to be a slow grind to get these, and you're not going to get a ton of them right out of the gate. Now, as far as the more premium version, which is the Temporal Essence, these are going to be even harder to get and might be important on your account as well, because getting to level 10 on a lot of exclusives is amazing. Usually going to 15 is a little unnecessary. 15 is usually like a duplicate of what the level 5 version is, just a little better. But there's going to be a time when you get to your account where you need to decide if it's worthwhile, because as you guys know, let's actually take a look at some of our heroes. At Legendary Plus, you unlock your hero's focus. Now, on a lot of heroes, this is not going to be something you really need to invest in, especially if it's a support hero. Heck, even on Corrin, do I really need additional haste? Probably not, because essentially to upgrade these, it does get a little costly here. There are some like Smokey and Mirky that might be worthwhile, but a good majority of your support heroes, you're not going to want to use it on. Now, as far as your damage dealers go, most of them are going to be gaining an offensive bonus from this, and it'll be very worthwhile doing. Heck, even over here on Arcesia, you can see increases her attack speed. She gains an extra 9 while Mr. Carlisle's on the battlefield. That stuff like that for your damage dealers are important. But again, I would only focus on using those resources here if they're on a hero that is really important to your team. You'll see we have a lot of heroes coming up onto Legendary Plus here on our free-to-play. And a lot of them, I don't know if they're necessarily worthwhile. Take Rowan, for example. It's a really iffy statement here. Rowan increases his haste by 7 during battle. Okay, that means he gets some energy a little faster. His haste is increased by an extra 6% until he replenishes a health potion using Quack Waltz. Well, that's not going to happen very long. Yes, that's going to get him to an ultimate faster, but he uses a potion very quickly in battle unless you position him in a way that he's far away from your main tanks taking damage. But if you have Rowan on your team, you really do want him close because his healing is very significant. 40% of their max HP is crazy good. Now, there's even other heroes like Coco who have ones that, again, are haste related. This could be good, this could be bad, because you know what's really important? Timing in certain game modes, because as you guys know, certain boss battle modes like Dream Realm and other things like that, you can't control these heroes. So haste can sometimes mess up the speed at which your heroes are getting ultimates. Maybe they get it too soon, and then you're going up against the big Cyclops eye, and then he shoots his beam, and you already had your shields from Coco go down. So that is going to be a very important thing. So number one, talking about the actual unlock of the hero's focus is important. But then you also have to decide, well, I got heroes to Mythic Plus. Who do I use it on? Now, we're going to use our free-to-play account as an example when we talk about exclusives. When we're talking about this, some of them are going to be much more impactful compared to others. We're going to take the Bellflower Wand on Floribel, for example. Simply getting this unlocked provides a very powerful shield to our heroes' summons, including things like Damien. I mean, if you have Cecia in your team as well, Mr. Carlisle, that's going to be a huge boost. Getting up to +5 is actually a pretty good boost, because that's another 50% of Floribel's attack that is going to be transformed into the shield, which just means your summons are going to be more survivable. They're going to survive longer. They're going to be able to tank more hits, meaning you can get ultimates off more often. Now, going above +5, as you guys can see right here, we're currently only at +2, and this continues to scale up on the total number of title essence that you absolutely need. You can buy them daily from the Emporium, so that is something you can consider using your diamonds for, but again, you have to really decide if it's worthwhile, and I'll show you an example here. This probably is suboptimal for our account, but I am going to show this to you as an example here. These are things that we're going to be normally doing on our free-to-play every day, getting this letter. These are a little different, but I want to show you guys as this scales up. So you can see we're already at level 2. It takes 30 to go up to level 3. It then takes 40 to go up to level 4. Now, to unlock my first EX plus 5, I am probably going to spend most of my diamonds getting our way there, because like I said, this is a huge boost to our account. Going for plus 10 might not be as necessary. The only big advantage of this is essentially giving her overgrowth ability to Mr. Carlisle. I don't know if that's really necessary, but again, once you get above level 5, that's where you're going to need that additional essence that you're generating, these temporal essences. Now, this is also going to play a pretty big role because there are some heroes that getting the ultimate, your mythic unlocked is like important, but taking it further isn't as big of a deal. Good example of that is Cessia. In my opinion, keeping Cessia just at bone stock plain mythic plus is more than enough than you actually need. Of course, if you go further down the list, it deals more damage and stuff, but I feel like she's a perfect example of a hero a lot of people build, but you really don't need to invest in her mythic plus exclusive weapon, and doing so might actually hurt your progress on better heroes that have better exclusives. Now, I'm sure we're going to have some game modes in the future that are going to give us more ways to generate this. Heck, you can get them from a bunch of different places once you kind of have your core team kind of built out here. A good example is the guild chest. Right now, most people are probably going for the hero recruitment resources to build up their teams. On my main account, we really don't need summons as much anymore, so we're going for things like exclusive equipment resources, getting more of these temporal essence, getting more of these title essence, because we have more heroes that we need to power up. But over course of time, you should get enough resources to get some upgrades. One thing to note, I believe to go from EX5 to EX10, I think it's somewhere in the ballpark of only 70 temporal essence. Now, that is still a lot, but it's much less than what you have to deal with the title essence for maxing out a single hero. Hopefully this helped you guys and you haven't made any of the mistakes of investing too heavily into support heroes and stuff like that that aren't going to be as big of an impact as, for say, example, your damage dealers or even your tank heroes. Like if you got a Thorn built up, it might be worthwhile to invest in Thorn. Otherwise, hopefully you continue saving right now. Hopefully it helps you guys progress in the future. If this helped you guys out, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite hero is to get their exclusive on, and I'll see you guys next time.